So in my quest for the perfect Arkham Batman figure, another challenger reared his head, and it's the McFarlane Toys attempt. And he's going up against my custom Arkham City Batman. Arkham City, he's got like Arkham Knight feet and hands and some other things. But yeah, so right off the bat, let's take a look at the head. So the head on this one is very reminiscent of the old DC Direct figure, which I guess is just a testament to how good that sculpt really was in when compared to like the source material they got. But the thing is, Batman in the game doesn't look anything like this. His chin is a lot broader, and his eyes aren't this far apart. Let's bring in my custom figure. This is the Mattel figure, which I know they use the models straight from the game because I read it online, and everything I read online is true. Being a Mattel sculpt, it's still slightly soft. Like you can see, the nose is a bit rounded off, but they nailed like the shape of the chin. This face is actually spliced onto a DC Direct figure. It was the Series 4 Super Articulated figure, I think, with which is the body I also used for this figure. But I cut off the face and I spliced it onto the horns and all that, so they're sharp and pointy. Before I do anything drastic, like maybe cut off the face here and put it on here, I will probably try to repaint it. The eyes look a bit crappy on this one. They're not quite as bad as what I've seen online, like they're actually in the white, but you see like how the eye is almost like triangular shaped. That's not what an eye looks like. Also, the pupils are really small. Yeah, anyway, moving down the rest of the figures. I just love the build on this figure so much. The arms can go all the way down to the side, unlike this one. Chest is a lot broader. Legs look a lot more defined. And the trunks just look so much better. I'm sort of curious what the trunks on this one would look like on this one, because I could technically remove this belt because it's made of it's a loose piece. I think aesthetic-wise, the McFarlane one wins it. So let's move on to articulation then. The McFarlane Toys one has a yeah, it's a double ball peg. Decent range. Decent tilt. Now looking at it from the side, I don't really like how far his neck is sticking outwards. It also feels like his head is a bit high on the body, but it looks alright from the front though. He's actually got a butterfly hinge here. I think the Superman figure had that too, but mine were stuck, so I didn't even count them as articulation. Arms go directly 90 degrees out, which is great. Let's see what this one can do. This is also a double ball peg, by the way. Arms. I think you can probably force it to 90. Yeah, you can force it to 90 degrees. It's a little bit stiffer though. Both have single jointed elbows. Come on, McFarlane, it's 2020. We can do better than single-jointed elbows. And then, like all the other McFarlane figures, this one has like a weird Rebel Tech type of joint. I don't really like that ball. I think it's a bit unsightly, but it's also... This is a good example because it's hidden by all the armor and all that. Meanwhile, this one has just a traditional pin and... I don't even know what to call this joint. Pin and hinge joint, I guess. Also, this guy's knees are a bit weak. So as for torso articulation, personally, I sort of feel like it's a weird spot to cut in articulation. I would prefer it like up here by the chest plate. But anyway, this is what I decided to go with. Range of motion, pretty good. Pretty much. This looks like it does a lot, but it really doesn't. And it also has a waist swivel to help with the fluidity of a pose. So like if you want, like that looks stupid, but if you put this like halfway there, it looks a little bit better. This one doesn't have, what does he? No, he doesn't have a waist swivel, but he's got the same type of torso joint here, and he's also got a separate ab crunch, so he can lean forward. It's honestly pretty ugly. I've never been a fan of it, but it could be worse, I guess. As for legs, these were modified, so but legs, pretty awful kick. This is Batman. Sorta almost 90 degrees out. The original figure wasn't even close to this. The original figure was just like out and that was it. Double jointed knees. And a swivel in the boot. Then some nice ankle rockers and up and down. Meanwhile, this one has like 90 degrees out for a kick, thanks to this rubber piece right here. It's got a nice double jointed set of knees. No boot swivel, which is sort of surprising because I always thought this would be easier to just make its own part. And then it's got the same type of Reveltech joints for the feet, so you can go up and down. And it's got a rocker, but it looks a bit daft, to be honest. But yeah, so articulation. This is gonna sound weird, but McFarlane beats my custom in terms of articulation. Good on you, Todd. As for other features like paint, I gotta say the paint job on all the metallic parts, it's pretty much stunning. It looks flawless. The grey suit could use some more shading because it's just plain plastic, but like I said, all the metallics look flawless. The face is clean enough, it's just the eyes are a bit small, like I said. But the skin tone is really good. The lips are painted nicely. I mean, it can't really measure up to a custom painted figure, but yeah. I do quite also like the cape, how they did the cape. I will, if I end up keeping this one, probably switch it to this cape or buy another one, because this one might be too small for this figure, because this figure is quite a bit bigger. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this guy also has a thigh swivel, actually. It's not really all that great. I can see what's stopping it. It's like, you see that this bit right here, this little flap, just crashes into the sculpt. So I imagine it wouldn't really be that difficult to just take that piece and cut it off. Because I mean, who's gonna see that anyway? It's gonna be covered by this back piece anyway, so I might make a video on how to do that later on. But yeah, so about these heads. So in an ideal world, this would work, but it doesn't, because this head is way too small. Like, maybe if you... Like, doesn't that look really good, for instance? But then you see just how wide the body is and it just suddenly doesn't work anymore. Also, that looks completely stupid. I mean, it might even just be a case of if the head was lower. Let's see, what does this look like? Probably not. I mean, like I said with Superman, I have seen official figures that are pinheaded like this, but you know, now it's just getting to the point where I'm trying to justify how dumb it looks. I mean, part of me still like really likes this, but I don't know. I will try to repaint this head. Like I said, it looks really triangular. I'm gonna have to reshape the entire eye. Probably have to make the pupils a little bit bigger as well. Yeah, we'll see about that. I might just do, like I also said earlier, I might just cut off the entire face and put that face on. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if I end up doing any of these things I keep talking about, I will get back to you on that in another video. See you later!